Hey guys, and welcome back to Rodea, the Sky Soldier. Sorry I was a little bit non-talkative during the final cutscene in the last part. I was trying to drink all that rich, luscious lore in, and it was a little bit much to take in all at once.
And you get even more at the start of this one!
Cecilia!
Nor my promise to Rodea.
Oh, not again! I have to relive this again!
Cecilia!
But this time he categorically does not save her.
Oh, no. No!
But hey, at least we finally get to meet Giardo.
Not sure if his design is cool or dumb.
Yeah, I mean that kind of probably runs for quite a lot of the character designs in this game.
Because he has, like, the beady little, like, black spaces for his eyes, and then the anime-esque mouth. I mean, like, the black and the gold and the silver, it looks great, and that gem on top, fabulous!
But I have to say, I quite like the chapter that we are going into right now. It's wonderful.
I remember you telling me the music, at least, is pretty bitchin'.
The music is better in the next chapter.
Oh, the final levels.
Yeah, I mean, it would be involved in this. I mean, this song is quite awesome as well. But the one for a certain section of the next levels is probably one of my favourites as well.
Wow, this is pretty funky. Also, shout-outs to Ion for taking the initiative and bringing the friggin' narcissism copter through the portal back into the past.
And so we begin our chapter with a shmup of sorts.
Dude, this is awesome.
It's amazing. So we're just flying infinitely, at least for the time being, shooting everything up. It's really cool.
See, this is what I expected, like, the whole of the game to be when I first saw bits of it.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that's not surprising, because, I mean, this is very much a Sin and Punishment style gameplay. And I think it probably would have worked out really well for Rodea.
I have this one guy who I follow and follows me on Twitter who fucking loves Sin and Punishment. He retweets everything about, like, Sin and Punishment 2, for example. I played a bit of the first. I enjoyed what I played. Never got to finish it because it is a hard game.
Yeah, it's one of those games, really.
Is it me, or is, like, the excitement factor of the gameplay just gone up by, like, tenfold?
It has indeed, yes. And I mean, I think it's because it's so different to the stuff that we've faced before, and it's just like, oh, this is exhilarating.
Yeah, it's really engaging and exciting.
I mean, I do have a slight frustration with it in that, obviously, to actually move the location of where Rodea is, you've got to point and move him with the pointer. Which follows through in how the rest of the game works, but here it's a little bit more sluggish because it's working on the controls similar to the camera.
Yeah, that just strikes me as I'm, like, following through the design document to the letter. Like, making no, I forget the word exactly, but they're not taking into account, like, what the level needs in order to be truly, like, fun.
Exactly. I mean, what they needed to do is just make Rodea move that bit quicker, and that would have fixed, I think, most of the problems.
Or, you know, just switch to the analog stick for this level.
Well, no, but you're playing entirely with the Wiimote. The nunchuck has no place here, really. The game would have been, I think, a lot smoother to play had they included nunchuck control. Because then it would have been, you could move Rodea around with the analog stick.
Yeah.
Which would have been much more pleasant to do than using the D-pad. And then that would mean that you could do the proper controls with the pointer.
So hang on then, when you're on the ground, what are you using to control Rodea?
I'm using the D-pad.
Ugh, that piddly little thing on the Wii remote?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
It's a bit of a weird grasp that you end up then holding, but I'm pretty sure that the reason they did that is because they want you to be flying for the majority of the game. So,
and like I said in an earlier part, it really does feel great when you're chaining, like, targets together and just, like, staying aloft.
Exactly, so I think they probably made the decision to use the D-pad to kind of discourage you from walking and getting you to try and fly, but sometimes it is better just to walk slightly in certain places.
Man, I gotta say, if the levels were, like, all like this, but, like, more to and fro, instead of just, like, going through hoops and the like, I could probably play an entire game like this.
Well, then basically you probably need to play Sin and Punishment and probably play a little bit more Kid Icarus Uprising as well.
I've completed Kid Icarus Uprising, okay? The final boss was hype, I'll give it that.
The final boss was indeed hype. I'm pretty sure, well, in my list of top 10 gaming finales, that came up on one of them.
Hang on, you do top 10s? Why wasn't I informed about this?
Well, it's on my blog.
Link it to me after we're done here, mate, please.
I will indeed. It's only a relatively recent thing that I've started doing, but why the hell not?
I've always wanted to do like top 10s and stuff, because again, I love lists, so if there ever comes a point where I like stop doing playthroughs or stop doing them as frequently, yeah, we'll get into that, I think.
Oh, definitely be a good idea. Also, 3 enemies.
Pretty good KO count though, mate. You know, I'm not going to like, poo-poo count that high.
I know, but I'm pretty sure when I first played the level ever, I killed every single enemy. I was so proud of myself, and I didn't get hit either. And I was just like, coming to record, and I was just like, I can do this!
It's fine, mate, it's fine, let it go.
I can't do this. But yes, now we get to the main hub of this level.
I have to say, I'm enjoying this like part of the game quite a bit so far.
It does get really fun. Because it starts to throw slightly crazier ideas at you. And that just works wonderfully.
I think it could have stood to have gotten a little bit crazier, like, before this point.
It could have done, yes. I think they played it reasonably safe.
Yeah, like Grass World, Fire World, Ice World, doom.
Yeah. But, oh well.
Although, to be fair, this is also a gaming trope. The scrap brain level at the end of the game.
Yeah. Also, that I was risking stuff so much there. And, fun fact, I had to re-record this level a few times.
How absolutely dare you?
And one of the times was because I died trying to get that legacy medal. And I was just like, no, for God's sake.
Oh, Richie. Sweet, naive, retaking Richie.
And now I need to try and frantically find a power wing, and there's not one reasonably nearby.
Dude, this place looks awesome in terms of visual design.
It is great. And we get to explore pretty much all of it.
Sweet as.
Because what we are looking for is a keycard to get through the main door.
It's the same like type of keycard. At least it makes sense aesthetically here.
That's what I said earlier there will become a point where it works much more cohesively with what it's trying to get you to do.
This is what you meant. Okay, I get it now.
But this is also what I was referring to much earlier on in the playthrough with when we were trying to rescue Ion. Where in that instance Ion was in one specific ship. In this instance, you have got to defeat every single last one of these enemies to find the key card, and it will be in the last...
Ah, okay, that's a bunch of bullshit. Keep it consistent.
I mean, I'm fine with it in this particular level, because the game kind of ushers you down a sort of linear path. So, you're gonna hit most of the enemies already, and also it gets you to try and explore this massive area, and it's a really cool massive area.
Yeah.
So why would you not want to explore it and see everything it has to offer?
Also, I've noticed, not as many, like, random mob enemies as in the other ones. I mean, you've got these little, like, search guard guys going around, you know, the searchlights and stuff. But you've also got these, which are like a more advanced version of the shielded enemies.
Exactly, yes. And, I mean, one of those holds the key card. That's why they're all lit up by Mr. Detecto.
I'm not sure how to feel, and this goes for like anything, it's not just Rodea, about like technology or civilizations which were more technologically advanced in the past. Like, you see this in Zelda, you know, with Skyward Sword especially, with the little robots whose name escapes me right now.
I can't remember their names either. They were a really cool moment, but yeah, names utterly forgettable. I mean, I think what is implied, well, it's implied throughout the Wii version, it's much more explicit in the other versions, is that Gyardo and the people of Naga ruined the world of Naga.
Okay.
By polluting it with their by the technology and polluting it and all of that. And ultimately that is why he wants to take over Garuda.
Ah, okay.
So basically think of it like General Zod and the Kryptons in Superman. It's that sort of thing of wanting to take over another world because you've ruined yours.
Well, I don't think Zod ruined Krypton.
Well, no, but the Kryptonians did.
So we have an example here of people who basically trashed their own place and wanted another cleaner one without actually taking responsibility for their actions.
Exactly, yes.
Bunch of fuckers.
Yep.
Really digging the music for this level, mate. And if the final one is better, oh boy.
I mean, I think it's better, largely because it's a bit more melodic.
Okay.
And I'm always quite a fan of that.
I have to say, I didn't think I'd enjoy doing this playthrough as much as I have been doing, but it's been a real treat to just sit here and record these with you. Like, first of all, they're easy, which is always a plus. Second of all, because you do most of the talking, and you speak at a consistent level that doesn't spike very much, they're easy to edit, which I also appreciate. I knocked out like 9 in a single day, for the first session. But thirdly, I don't know, there's just something like fun and arcadey about it, which really appeals to me.
I mean, that is ultimately the type of game that this wants to be, and succeeds at being, which makes my frustrations with the other versions of the game so much more apparent, and makes me feel so much angrier.
I mean, we have had to get a little bit tangential, but that's just the way LPs are going to go sometimes. I mean, unless you were literally part of the development crew, I doubt you'd have, like, on-point stuff for the entire game.
Well, exactly, and also, certain games inspire discussion far more. So, in things like Okami, there has been a lot more research put in to what's happened and what things are referring to. With a game like Rodea, because it's so niche and was released so limitedly, hardly anybody has done any intense research into it, so there's very little info out there. Also, my heart broke right there because the chapter is over and I didn't get a chance to go into that bonus room.
Oh, yeah, that's a shame.
But, oh well.
Why isn't Gyardo sending everyone after me? Surely he knows we're coming.
I think he wants us to come right now.
Ah, the old bait kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll find out just what's going to happen to Rodea in the next part of Rodea, the Sky Soldier. Bye for now.